Hello and welcome to Breathe, Move, Meditate. We'll start with some breath work, move into some gentle movement, and then end with a guided meditation with the theme of heart opening. So we'll start in hero's pose if that feels good. Sit on your shins, on your knees. And if that doesn't feel good, you might bring a block or a bolster underneath yourself to kind of sit on. Then when you feel ready, we'll close off the eyes. See if you can release tension through the body, soften your forehead, your jaw, your shoulders. And then bring awareness to your breath. Maybe allowing it to get a little bit longer and more expansive with each inhale. And for breath work, we're going to practice Durga Pranayama 3-part breath. You might choose to bring one hand to heart and one hand to belly. Start by exhaling all of your air out. And then as you inhale into your belly, and then your rib cage, and then your heart space. And we'll exhale opposite, so exhale through the heart space, rib cage, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Now keep moving like that with your own breath at your own pace. Really allowing the heart space to fill and open as you inhale. Feeling that expansion. Today we'll be focusing on heart openers, so keep breathing into this and really bring attention to that heart space. Heart openers in yoga help the physical practice just by creating an expanding space to open up the breath. But energetically, they also have so much power. In traditional Chinese medicine, we store a lot of grief and sadness in our heart space, in our chest, and our lungs. It can also be the place of joy. And as we physically move through the heart space, find heart openers, both in the front and in the back of the heart space, we might notice energetically things start to arise, and that might be happiness and joy and gratitude. It can also be grief and loss and sadness. But either way, we're opening space, allowing what we need to feel to come up and out, things that we've stored in that area physically. Making space for the moment, making space for the new. So I invite you throughout this practice to keep noticing what arises for you, what needs to come up and out, and honor that in every moment. Give it space. Next time you exhale at the bottom of your Durga Pranayama, we'll hold there. And then as you inhale, we'll gently lift the chin up towards the sky. And then exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Start to round through the spine a little bit. Inhale, kind of arch your back, lift your chin up towards the sky, open up. And then exhale, round, kind of finding that cat pose. This time we'll inhale, reach the hands high up towards the sky as we open up through the heart space, reach. And then as you exhale, interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head. And you'll come up onto your knees and I'll face the front of the mat. As we inhale, we'll reach the elbows away from each other, open through your heart space, lift your chin and your chest. Squeeze your glutes, and then as you exhale, drop your hips back down to your heels, round through the back of the spine. Really feel the back of that heart space open as you tap your elbows to your knees. Maybe they don't tap all the way, that's fine. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. One more. Inhale, open through that heart space. And exhale, bring it in. This time, inhale, open. We're going to interlace the fingers and then press them up towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes to find that gentle heart opener. And then exhale, round through the spine. Keep your hips lifted up off your heels, but find that cat pose, really stretching through the back of the heart space. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift, open, expand through the front body. And then exhale, round, expand through the back body. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, let's go all the way down to our tabletop position. Plant your hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to keep moving kind of with these breath to movements opening through the heart space. Let's plant down into the hands, tuck your toes underneath your feet, and then hover your knees up off of the ground. And if this feels like too much, you can always re-drop the knees down. But as you inhale, you're going to pull your shoulders out, let your heart space drop, squeeze your scapula behind you. And then as you exhale, press the shoulders down, open up through the scapula. Inhale, drop the heart space. Exhale, push it up. Last one, inhale. Exhale, push, hold like that, spreading through the back of your shoulder blades. And then slowly move your hips up and back, find that downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through your nose, fill up. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, roll it forward, high plank. You might need to walk your hands a little bit farther forward. And then knees up or down, we lower all the way down to the mat. Once you get to the bottom, flip to the tops of the feet. Let's bring those hands wide. Fingertips tent underneath the elbows. Press into your feet. Inhale, cobra, lift through the heart space. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and open. This time, exhale, drop your right shoulder, look over the left. Hold here for a couple breaths. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, lower all the way down. Plant your hands outside the heart space. And then you'll press yourself all the way back into your hero's pose. Sink your hips to your heels. And then we'll inhale, come up to stand on the shins, reach the hands high. As you exhale, squeeze the glutes, cactus the arms open through the heart. Inhale, reach the fingertips tall. As you exhale, stay in a diagonal line, but pull the shoulders back, reach the hands forward. So you kind of working those quads here. And then we'll inhale, come up. Exhale, cactus your arms open through the heart space. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, pull the shoulders back, reach the hands forward. Last one, inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, cactus your arms open through the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find that diagonal line. Reach your hands forward. This time we hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Reach tall. Bring your hands to your lower back. Squeeze your glutes. Lengthen through the spine. And then take a little camel pose. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Squeeze your glutes. We're here for 3, 2, on 1. Lift your shoulders. Reach your hands high up towards the sky. And then we'll exhale. Find that tabletop again. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath your feet. Hover the knees for a couple moments. And then roll the hips up and back, downward facing dog. This time, ground out into your left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Reach that right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Plant your right foot inside your right hand. Drop your left knee all the way down to the earth. Asana. Low crescent. Reach through your fingertips. Open through your heart. Breathe into the front of that left hip. If you want more through the heart space, you can bring your palms together, thumbs to the nape of the neck, open. Next exhale, we'll pull the shoulders forward, swoop your hands by the hips. You might drop them to the earth to tuck your toes. Lift your left knee, find that arrow pose. Ground down into the feet, pull your right hip back, and then inhale, high crescent. Lift the hands high as you bend into your left knee. Sink down into the knees, cactus your arms. As you inhale, open through the heart. And then as you exhale, push the hands forward, straighten that right leg, push the energy round through the back body. 2 more times. Inhale, open up through the front of the heart space, pull it back. Exhale, push it forward, round through the back of the heart space. Last one. Inhale, open. And then exhale, push it away. All the way down to the earth. Frame your right foot with your hands. Bring your right foot back to meet your left, high plank. We lower all the way down to the earth. Flip to the tops of your feet and then bend your right knee. Grab your right foot or ankle if you can. Option to stay right here, or half bow Ardha Dhanurasana. Kick your right foot into your hand. Lift through the heart space. Gentle release. Let it go. And then press yourself all the way back up. Downward facing dog. Urdhva Hastasana. I said the wrong Sanskrit word. I meant Adho Mukha Svanasana. There we go. Ground down into your right foot. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left toes to the sky. Exhale, runner's lunge. Pull that left foot forward and through. Anjaneyasana, drop your right knee. Reach your hands high to the sky. Holding here, maybe bringing the thumbs to the nape of the neck to open through the heart space and shoulders a little bit more. Next, exhale, pull the shoulders forward. Swoop your hands by your hips, tuck your toes, and lift your right knee. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward, lengthen through your spine. High crescent, start to bend into your right knee. Pull your hands on top of the hips. And then bend deep into the knees, cactus the arms. As you inhale, open through the heart space, the front of the heart space. Pull the forearms back. And then as you exhale, round through the back of the heart space, push the hands forward. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, press all the way forward, all the way down to the earth. Runner's lunge. High plank, bring your left foot back to meet the right. Knees up or down, lower all the way to the earth. Bend your left knee this time. Try to grab your left foot, your left ankle. Exhale. And then inhale. Kick your left foot into your left hand. Lift through the heart space. Breathe deep into the heart and the belly. And release. Let it go. Press yourself all the way back into your hero's pose. So hips to heels at the back of the mat. Come to sit on the heels. Now, if you normally don't grab your heels in camel, then we'll stand on the knees and go to camel from there. Or we're going to grab the heels here and then slowly start to lift the hips up towards the sky, finding your camel pose with the hands at the heels. Breathing into the heart. Few more deep breaths. Gently lower the hips down to the heels. Find child's pose with hands towards the heels. Lower the forehead down to the earth. Reach your hands forward towards the front of the mat. Walk your fingertips as far forward as you possibly can and then start to lift your hips. Puppy pose. Slide those hands forward as the heart space melts down to the earth. Open through the fronts of those shoulders. Sphinx pose. Lift your shoulders just enough to lower the forearms down. And then drop your hips to the earth. Start to lift your left elbow. Slide your right arm underneath that left arm. Bend your left knee and then roll onto your back. So left shoulder will go up and around the right shoulder, drop to the earth. You're in supine twist with your left knee dropped over to the right. Come back through center, onto your belly, refining that Sphinx pose. And then switching out directions. Lift your right elbow, slide your left arm underneath the right arm. Bend your right knee and then start to roll onto your back. Right shoulder rolls all the way to the earth if it can. We'll slide all the way onto our backs this time. You might need to scoot over to the left to be on your mat. Setting up for one more heart opener. Option for bridge pose or full wheel. Press into your feet. If you want bridge, press into your feet, lift your hips up towards the sky. This is kind of the more gentle heart opener here. If you want full wheel and it's in your practice, you'll bring your hands over the shoulders, press into your feet and into your hands, and then start to lift yourself maybe onto the crown of the head first, and then press all the way up into your full wheel. Really opening through the heart here, seeing if you can kind of straighten the elbows first, and then think about pushing the legs open through the heart the other way. Just checking in with your body, noticing when it's time to come out. And when you do come out, bring your feet wide, allow your knees to knock in towards one another. Bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and feel the breath for a few moments. Feel your heart beating. I'm going to offer shoulder stand into plow pose. And if you have kind of a sensitive neck, maybe you don't want to do these positions, you might slide into Supta Baddha Konasana or Savasana. If you're ready for shoulder stand plow pose, we'll bring the knees into the chest. press your elbows down next to your rib cage and then start to lift your hips. Bringing your hands underneath the hips, press your feet up towards the sky. Your toes should be right over your eyeballs. And then we'll hold here for a few moments before we move into plow. Now, if you want to plow pose, start to reach your feet overhead. I don't know if mine will hit the wall or not. Nope. Feet go overhead, gentle, nice and slow, to be careful in the neck. Thinking about opening through the back of that heart space. Breathing into it, making space in the rib cage. Big, deep breaths. When you're ready to come out, bend your knees and then using your hands as support, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time back down to the earth. Either setting up for Supta Baddha Konasana or Shavasana, extending those legs long. Or if you prefer to end meditation in a seat, you might choose to do that. Just getting into a comfortable resting position and allow your breath to come back to natural. And start to picture a big glowing light in heart space center. As you breathe, keep bringing your attention to this space, allowing it to be kind of your guiding light. And as you picture this light, you might picture some kind of clouds or wrapping or layers on top of it. Maybe that's the physical body, but these layers, these clouds, these wrappings, they represent expectations, maybe that we put on ourselves or that others put on us or society. They represent these images of what we think we should be or what we should do or look like or say. They represent false beliefs of who we are, of what we are, of who other people think that we are. And as you see these layers, you can kind of see that they block that light, both from the light going out and also from other light coming in. Now, I'm recording this class the day before Valentine's Day on purpose to put it out on Valentine's Day, and maybe you're watching this far past Valentine's Day, but I'm putting it out because right now I am moving through pure heartbreak. And this space, the heart space, holds so much of that. And heartbreak or stress or sadness or grief, they add this darkness to these layers, and it makes it really hard to shine our light and to feel the light from others coming in. But the practice of yoga, it asks us to soften, to release these judgments, these expectations. And it doesn't mean to not feel the grief or feel the heartbreak or feel even the joy. But allow those things to make your light brighter and stronger, breaking through these layers of judgment, of expectations, of false beliefs, of worries, of doubts. And all of us as humans, it's natural to crave connection, to want to be with and touch other souls. And yoga philosophy tells us that we already are touching souls. We're already all coming from the same source. We just have to release the layers that block that knowing and that understanding. We are love, we are light. And I know that that sounds cheesy, but it's so true. And you can feel it in these itty bitty moments of pure sunshine and bliss. And then we get back into our head of what other people think of us, of mistakes we've made, with mistakes we are making. But how can we soften and know that that's just life? And that being in the present moment as it comes is a way to really connect with each soul, each light. Let our light shine, and let other light shine on us. So now I want you to visualize kind of like a golden shower, a glowing light that's coming down from above into you, into your heart space, filling you with this light. Let it lift you, let it open you, and see if you can just soften into it. I always think about this lyric from a John Craigie song. I think it's Mr. Tambourine Man. He says, "You have to give yourself the shivers before you give them to anyone else." You have to let your light shine. Let that golden light pour into you so that you yourself can break those barriers, shine through those layers, burn the layers to connect fully and truly. For this last minute of meditation, I invite you to come back to that glowing light at Heart Center, reminding yourself that you are this light and love. I know it's cheesy, but I'll say it again. This is who we are at our core. There's just some things we have to shed and release to allow it. You have the gift of time today. I always invite you to stay here a little bit longer, allowing yourself to feel what comes up from this heart opening practice, from this meditation. When you do come out, do so slowly and gently, intentionally, keeping that light at heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.